The Baltimore Colts may not go to the playoffs this year, but new coach Ted Marchibroda will always be a hero in Baltimore. 20 years ago, the Steelers decided to keep Marchibroda and release a rookie named John Unitas. Marchibroda learned his football as an assistant to George Allen. His opponent last Sunday, Forrest Gregg, played for the Green Bay Packers and teaches Lombardi-style football. When Gregg took over as head coach of the Cleveland Browns, he insisted that all his players wear coats and ties on the road. The Browns may win the Best Dressed Team award this year, but not much else. In fact, they may not equal last year's 4-10 record. What the Browns need most of all is a defense. They have given up the most yards and the most touchdown passes in the NFL. An obvious weakness has been their pass rush. Powerful rushmen like Ron East, number 77, often become too concerned with punishing the offensive blocker. East ignores the direct route to the passer, and instead he blindly powers into his own teammates, and the whole Cleveland rush line is piled up on one side of Colt quarterback Burt Jones. Cleveland's clumsy and misdirected pass rush was a major reason for Baltimore's offensive success. Jones was frequently hurried and pressured by the Brown rush, but most of the time he escaped and the Colts gained yardage. Jones, in fact, was Baltimore's leading rusher, roaming through the Browns for 50 yards on 4 carries. Where the Browns have failed, the Colts have succeeded. Ted Marchibroda's defense leads the league in sacks, and in this game against Cleveland, they limited the Browns to a single touchdown to ensure a 21-7 Baltimore victory. The Browns have yet to win a game.
No one guy builds anything. I don't build this team. Our assistant coaches and our offense and our defensive people, they're the ones that do it. I just happen to be the head coach. No one person is responsible for a football team or building one. Sid, of course, was the one that got everything going. Sid was the one that got it all started and got sucked it up by the bootstraps. You know, he put it together, really, and he deserves the credit for last year. He got it turned around and got it started this year, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate his confidence in giving me the job.
Though Sid Gilman may have gotten the Oilers started, the team's continued success should be credited to Phillips, a homespun ex-Marine who is about as sophisticated as a combat boot. And speaking of boots, these here powder blue ostrich skin cowboy boots with the Oiler insignia are part of Bum's Sunday game uniform. Phillips' relaxed, down-home personality has earned him both the respect and affection of his quarterback, Dan Pastorini. Says Dan, Bum likes to say that if you were hanging off a cliff on a rope, you'd want to make sure you had a friend up there holding the other end. And that's our slogan. Hold on to the rope and don't let each other down. Against Coach Paul Wiggin and his Kansas City Chiefs, the Oilers could easily have fallen, but the rope held. Wiggin is yet another coach who once played for Paul Brown, but last Sunday, he learned some lessons from Bum Phillips. One lesson almost every Oiler opponent has learned is not to kick the ball to Billy Johnson, number 84. Johnson's run set up a field goal, but the real damage to the Chiefs was done by the combination of Dan Pastorini and long-striding Ken Burrow, double O, who combined 7 times for a total of 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was Houston's 6th win in 7 games and earned them a first-place tie with the Steelers and Bengals in the AFC Central. Said Coach Phillips after the game, "Well, I'm as happy as a rat locked in a cheese house."